Now would be the time. It's a perfect time to have that name changed.
The ripples from Friday's discovery of 215 indigenous children's bodies at a residential school's unmarked grave in Kamloops still being felt across the country. And here in Manitoba, it's reignited a call to change the names of landmarks named after Bishop Grandin. Jerry Shingoose, an elder who survived Muskowgan Residential School, is shaken but not surprised at the discovery of the unmarked grave, as she says bodies were discovered at her school as well.
English was beaten into me. I didn't know any English, and now I don't speak my language.
She says this tragedy is bringing up a conversation from 2015, the changing of Bishop Grandin Boulevard's name. Bishop Vital Justin Grandin was integral in the creation of residential schools.
It's triggering, for us residential school survivors to have any main area or road called after somebody that was involved in initiating the residential school system. Bishop Grandin should be renamed after a residential school survivor to acknowledge, that history, and to remind Winnipeg that residential schools happened.
A response from the City of Winnipeg says the request for a process to initiate the installation of a second historical marker at the entrance of Bishop Grandin Greenway will be presented to the Welcome Winnipeg Committee of Community Members in June. The group will then guide the city in deciding whether or not to add or remove/rename historical markers and place names.
To date, we have come to a number of 4,117 confirmed, identified with documentation of children lost at these residential schools across the country.
Raymond Frogner is the head of archives with the National Centre for Truth and Reconciliation. He says there were 14 residential schools in Manitoba, 139 across Canada, and many more mass graves.
It's estimated that there must be at least 400 to 500 different fields of unmarked grave sites across the country like this.
On Monday, the NDP's Nahani Fontaine called for the PC government to search all former residential school grounds for these mass graves, and is also calling for the implementation of the 94 calls to action by the Truth and Reconciliation Commission.
Calls to action numbers 71 to 76 deal with recognizing lost children, unmarked grave sites, and working with communities on their appropriate commemoration. So this is totally in line with what the TRC had intended to begin with.
In Winnipeg, Mike Albanese, City News.